Earlier this year, I made that video talking about how Jackson, Danny, Matt, and I were going to be writing a full-fledged porn production for a very well-known company in the industry. It was going to be a very expensive budget from the company, and it was going to be an episodic release. In total, we made a runtime of something that would go right around like 4 hours, so it was basically the fucking Lord of the Rings of porn. And we created an actual masterpiece. If you took all of the porn out of our porno, it would still be an American classic, like a really fucking great movie. But unfortunately, we did all of that before the pandemic hit and shut everything down, fucked everyone in the ass. So they never actually made our porn series. And I thought it'd just be a real waste to let this sacred script go into obscurity and forgotten, lost to the tides of time. So I thought it'd be fun to at least share some of episode 1 with all of you. I don't want to give away any of the big twists or developments in the universe we've created, because who knows, maybe we shop the script around and it lands a home on Amazon Prime as Rian Johnson's Knives Out sequel. So just in case, to err on the side of caution, I'm only going to share with you like the main points in some of the dialogue so you can see where we were going and what we're setting up, but I'm not going to reveal any of the big shit to you. You're just going to have to sit there and salivate waiting to see if this will ever be finished. So, to break it down in a nutshell, it's called The Fucking at Rock Hard Manor. For what it's worth, I thought that title was way too aggressive. It comes out raw, no rubber right away. I just didn't really like the title of it too much, but that I was overruled by the group, so that's the title, The Fucking at Rock Hard Manor. And it is a murder mystery thriller pants filler. So it's basically, basically just think of Knives Out. I think that's a really good example right away. So as you can likely imagine, the story takes place in Rock Hard Manor, where Shock Rockhard has called together his closest friends and business partners to celebrate the creation of the Good Sensation Mark I. The Good Sensation Mark I device was created by none other than the esteemed inventor, Dr. Zachariah Good Sensation. The Good Sensation Mark I is basically a ray gun that cures PTSD. Well, actually, think of it less of a ray gun and more like the microwave emitter from Batman Begins that fucking vaporizes all the water in Gotham. It's that, but it cures PTSD. Now, if I may, I'd like to read you some dialogue from Dr. Zachariah Good Sensation. This is when he's trying to flirt with some of the women attending this celebration. This is unlike anything you've ever seen before, I guarantee it. You don't understand. How could you, though? It's utterly ridiculous to think you could. I myself have been trapped in my lab for 3 years trying to understand it, held hostage by my own hubris, crafted from the finest polymers I could get my hands on thanks to Shock's financing. Ah, yes, such a delicate balance of madness and genius. You know, girls, if I had made even one miscalculation in the creation of this, I may have very well lost my life. And as you can likely imagine, the women were beyond impressed, sought in panties immediately. However, not too long after this interaction, something goes awry, as is standard in murder mysteries. So Shock Rock Hard is making an announcement, thanking everyone for being there to celebrate this, because he's very happy. Shock Rock Hard, as you well know, he's one of the most decorated veterans in the entire history of the American Armed Forces, and he unfortunately suffers from PTSD, so he had Dr. Zachariah's Good Sensation working on a device to help alleviate his troubles, as well as his other comrades. Shock Rockhard and his wife Tootie Rockhard are at the top of their staircase making this announcement when they ask all the attendees to raise their glass in a toast. However, the lights turn off. A loud, euphoric moan is heard, followed by the sound of a body tumbling down the stairs. It sounds like 10 wet potatoes all getting pushed down a staircase at once. The lights turn back on, and everyone horrified as they see Shock Rockhard's lifeless body at the base of the staircase. Who could have murdered Shock Rockhard? He had no enemies. He was loved by all. The lights were only off for a matter of seconds, and there's no visible wounds on Shock Rockhard's body, other than, of course, a couple of bruises and scrapes from tumbling down the stairs, but not enough to kill a man, and they happened after the moan. A very interesting and peculiar death. Madame Tootie Rockhard goes to check for a pulse. She realizes there's no pulse. He is pronounced dead at the scene. Then, as everyone is grieving, mourning, the doors kick in. They fly open, and smoke pours in, flooding the foyer. A shadowy figure moves through the smoke, and loud gasps and even a scream are heard from the general vicinity of the audience. And as the smoke clears, a grizzled detective emerges. It's Detective Mike Mitchell. Now, before I get into Mike Mitchell, I'd like to tell you where that name comes from. Mike Mitchell is the name of a character a buddy of mine played in a really low-budget piece of shit movie. He played a character named Detective Mike Mitchell, so I thought it'd be really cool just kind of to put him in here as an homage to that and keep that legacy of Mike Mitchell alive. So Detective Mike Mitchell comes in, and he immediately takes control of the scene. Mike Mitchell says, "No need to scream, ladies and gentlemen. I've heard it all before." He takes one last puff from his cigar before flicking it off to the side. Mike Mitchell slowly approaches the scene. Madame Tootie Rockhart is still face down on Shock's chest. Mike Mitchell extends his condolences. "You must be the wife of the deceased. You have my sincerest condolences, madame, but right now, you're in my crime scene." Tootie Rockhart replies, "Crime scene? What do you mean?" Mike Mitchell, "It's quite simple, really. I could see it immediately. A fall from such a height would not have killed anyone, but the evidence is on his face. A smile. Why? If he had truly died from falling, there would be no smile. No. He was already dead, madame." It would be at this point the audience is made more aware of Shock Rockhart's face, and they see the biggest smile they've ever... It's at this point the audience gets a very clear view of Shock's face. There is a massive smile on it that looks like a kid on Christmas Day, smiling from ear to ear, looking like a 9-year-old boy that just went to Disney World for the first time. Magic in his eyes, little stars in his eyes. He looks like the happiest motherfucker on the entire goddamn planet. But now that's a bit interesting, isn't it? You see, most people at the Rockhart Manor that night assumed that he slipped and fell when the lights went off, but if that was the case, why would he be smiling? There'd be panic washing over his face, not a big smile. So it's a very interesting conundrum Mike Mitchell is faced with, a very difficult case he's going to have to crack. Detective Mike Mitchell then arrives at the natural conclusion that this had to have been a murder. The audience then gets to hear the thoughts of Detective Mike Mitchell, one of the greatest minds in all of detective history, putting Sherlock Holmes and L from Death Note to shame. Mike Mitchell thinks to himself, "No signs of distress, and no signs of a struggle apart from the one with gravity. The smile on his face, why? What happiness can be found in death? A minor abrasion on his L4, no doubt from the tumble down the stairs, but from my time in chiropractic school, I know there's no way that was fatal. Though the stairs are made of oak, the strongest wood available on the free market. Why oak?" Mike Mitchell immediately looks up to those kneeling around him, observing him. They seem to be waiting on his every word. Mike notices this and immediately shouts, "Someone fetch me the blueprints for this house right now." The audience confusedly looks around at each other before Dr. Zachariah Good Sensation scratches his neck nervously. Yes, Detective Mike Mitchell, right away," says Dr. Zachariah. Dr. Zachariah Good Sensation then rushes away from the crowd, and Detective Mike Mitchell returns his head towards the body of Shock Rockhart. He puts his ear to the deceased man's stomach, and the voiceover returns. His thorax is nearly shattered and his lips chapped. Circumstantial, possibly, but definitely indicative. But of what? I won't read all of the dialogue here, but Detective Mike Mitchell continues to thoroughly analyze the corpse before he begins to turn his attention to something else he noticed upon this inspection. Dear God, what is that smell? Detective Mike Mitchell then quickly stands up in disgust and covers his nose with his hand. But then he screams as he realizes his hand is covered in semen. Good Lord! It's clear to me now, everyone. This man is not only dead, but he has ejaculated as well. The crowd gasps in shock, and Tootie Rockhart is heard wailing even louder now. Mike Mitchell inspects his hand and starts to try and shake the cum off. Alessandra, the maid, walks up to Mike and wipes his hand with a paper towel. Thanks, hon. Glad you were here to get me out of that sticky situation. As you'll soon learn, Mike Mitchell is a wisecracking one-liner straight out of an old 80s movie. The maid giggles and rushes away to dispose of the paper towel. Mike Mitchell turns to face the crowd. They're all talking amongst themselves and turn their attention back to Mike to give their entire focus. So what's next, detective? If what you say is true and Daddy was indeed murdered, then one of us is at fault here. This was said by his daughter, Vanessa Rockhart. Everyone looks uncomfortably at each other. Some individuals move apart and some awkwardly scratch their necks and take calculated sips from their champagne flutes. Detective Mike Mitchell then says that everyone needs to split up and look for clues. I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and I've brushed over a lot of the dialogue and a lot of the other context, building all this up with the other characters. I just wanted to give you like the very core elements that happen to set up the events of the fucking at Rockhard manor. So yeah, why was Shock Rockhard smiling upon his death, and why was he filled with so much cum in his trousers, so much so that it was leaking out into the hand of Detective Mike Mitchell? It truly is one of the best mysteries to ever be posed in fiction. And yeah, it's really about it. Just wanted to share a little from the porn script here. I know there was no sex at all in any of this right here, because that was like the hardest part for us to write, was putting sex in this story. We just focused on like the whole mystery narrative and coming up with good twists and turns and like an actual good world building, and putting sex in it was actually pretty difficult. So we did manage to fit it all in there in ways that make sense, but the main thing here is you will be watching this porn for the plot, because the narrative is a fucking banger, if it ever does get made, which I'm doubtful that it ever will now at this point. But either way, just wanted to share this with you. That's about it. So yeah. My father's always said, the only thing worse than a liar is a shitty actor. Well, Pa, your boy's a failure on both fronts. I've not only been lying to all of you, I've been lying to my family, and even more importantly, I've been lying to myself. I'm sure all of you have seen the news by now. I've gotten a ton of questions in Twitch chat about it since the news broke, and I figured it's best just to own up to it publicly like this. And trust me, this isn't how I wanted all of you to find out. I would have rather my fucking dick pics leak than have this happen. But after what came out yesterday, it's time that I walk into church and confess to a sin. I convinced all of you that I was something that I'm not. And that's a world-class actor. I know that might sound a little weird to say and a bit confusing, considering I know most of you found me through my breakout performance in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 as the District 8 background helper, or maybe even Officer Greg in Last of the Grads, and who could forget my timeless classic performance as miscellaneous tourists in Tropico 5. But the thing is, all of those roles weren't as impactful as I made them seem. I misled most of you. And worst of all, I convinced you all that I was an S-tier actor, when in fact, I'm not. I don't usually get considered for the big roles. However, I led you to believe that I had a chance at landing a very large upcoming role in Disney Plus's Percy Jackson TV series. A lot of you were cheering me on ever since I publicly posted my demo reel for the Percy Jackson TV show, a demo reel that I'm still very proud of. I think I absolutely crushed the performance here. I think I really embodied Percy Jackson for a brief moment. I de-aged myself from 27 years old to 12. I was able to really assimilate into the character here and become a 12-year-old superhero named Percy Jackson. And since posting that, a lot of you expected me to get the role, and I convinced you all that any day now Disney would get back to me confirming that I landed the lead role. But in the back of my head, I always knew the truth. I knew that this role was beneath me, and Disney would see that. I knew that they weren't going to see eye to eye with me on this. And maybe that's because I'm 5'6", so the only people I can look in the eyes are like 12-year-olds. But regardless, I knew we weren't going to be on the same page, and I just had a good feeling I probably wasn't going to get this role. But I still wanted to put on a strong face for all of you and just continue to believe in dreams, believe in some wet dreams that I could be Percy Jackson even at my age. I was willing to shave my beard so that way I could fit the appearance of Percy Jackson a bit more, and I made that clear to the Disney executives. But yesterday, unfortunately, the worst came to pass. A nightmare, a tragedy even. Disney Plus put out a statement announcing who the lead actor for the Percy Jackson TV series was going to be, and it's an actual child. It's a decision that I don't fully agree with. I was hoping this was going to be a Riverdale kind of situation where you have like fucking 40-year-old dudes playing 9-year-olds, but unfortunately they decided to take a more age-appropriate actor for the role. And I've been devastated ever since. I've been getting a ton of questions about it, like what happened? Did Charlie get robbed again? Why did Charlie get snubbed? And it hurts. I know it does. It's been pretty painful to see this happen like this. And like I said, I lied to all of you. I knew there was no chance I would actually get this role. Disney's not one to take a risk on someone like me playing a role like this. But I was hoping perhaps they'd see the potential and maybe let me be a secondary character, perhaps an antagonist, but I also didn't get that either. I actually haven't heard anything back from Disney, which is shocking. Maybe they think I'm a little too busy, in the Beyblade series since I recently auditioned for that, or maybe they just think I'm too good for the project or not good enough. I don't know. Maybe I'm not as good an actor as I think I am. And that's just a sad reality that sometimes you have to face. Or maybe they're just afraid of how powerful I can be. Yeah, on stream the other night I actually demonstrated a bit of my actual power, my martial arts expertise, and maybe it's that scared them away. I'm sure you can tell just by looking at me, but I'm actually a black belt in Taekwondo. Got the black belt at the ripe age of 12 years old. I was a ass-kicking machine. I was over at my parents the other day and I even got my old karate trophies. Dad asked if I wanted to throw them away. I said, fuck no. You get motion sickness from standing up too fast. Of course you're not going to use karate. Bro, that's such a fucked up thing to say. I could still use karate if I wanted to. Watch this high kick. If someone was coming at me and they happen to be 3 feet tall, I get them with one of these. And they're not getting back up. I don't even know if you could register that speed on camera, but I threw 6 kicks right there. I just choose not to unleash it. And the world is safer for it. That was only a small demonstration of what I'm capable of. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit since it's been asked so much since the news broke. But I don't want this video to be all just bad news about acting and lying and such. I want to talk about something positive. I mentioned a little while ago that I had a G Fuel flavor coming out, a custom one that we actually worked on personally. This wasn't something where G Fuel just said, here's your flavor, let us use your name on it. It was something where we genuinely got to design the flavor and work together to create something great. And we came up with what I think is by far the best flavor, not only of G Fuel, but of any drink out there right now, Divine Peach, which is peach, kiwi, and dragon fruit, and I think it absolutely slaps. It's available now, so if you're interested, make sure to click the link in the description below and use code MOIST for up to 30% off. We also even made this fun video going through it, and I want to share that too. Hey, you probably recognize me from the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. I'm moist, and I don't mean physically moist like this guy. But I mean, it's my name. I'm a pretty high-octane, enthusiastic guy, and I know you're wondering, where does all that energy come from? Well, I drink G Fuel. G Fuel is a sugar-free energy drink that comes in over 50 flavors, including my own, Divine Peach, which tastes heavenly. That catch was nuts. Divine Peach is the perfect blend of peach, kiwi, and dragon fruit, and it's even more important for your body than water. So if you want to be like me, go to gfuel.com and place an order now. Divine Peach comes in both energy and hydration formula. The energy has caffeine, the hydration doesn't, and there will be canned versions of both coming out pretty soon, but right now it's the tubs of powder for them. I'm super happy with how it came out. It's the only thing I drink besides water, and I just think it's fantastic. So big thanks to G Fuel for letting us be so hands-on and create something that we're really happy with. And there's also one more thing that I'd like to talk about, and this is something that was brought up on stream that I think is an incredible idea. I just don't know if I'll actually do it at any point, so this is just something that I like to do occasionally, where I give you, the viewer, a potential YouTube video idea, something that I think could go absolutely turbo viral. So the idea is a Mr. Beast style video where you go to strip clubs and pay for everyone's lap dances. Now I know what you're thinking. God damn, that's the best idea I've ever heard in my life. And you'd be right. Once you actually get into the meat of the idea, it's just a win-win all around. You're supporting local businesses. You're, helping out people that want more lap dances but can't afford them, whether it's because they've maxed out their credit cards at the nearby ATM or whatever have you. You're helping them continue to have fun, and you get a really cool YouTube video out of it where everyone can appreciate it at the end of the day, I think. So that's just an idea that Twitch chat actually floated that I thought was great, but I don't know if I'd be able to execute it properly and give it the care that it deserves. So if anyone out there, wants to take that one, please feel free. It's royalty free. You don't need to pay me for it or anything like that. Just go out there and have fun with it, I suppose. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah, most of you know me from my iconic role in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, where I portrayed a District 8 hospital helper and delivered a legendary performance that brought tears to the eyes of the entire cast during filming. Ask anyone on set what the most memorable moment of the Hunger Games franchise filming was, and they'll all tell you unanimously it was Charles White's delivery of his one line. A line so powerful they had to cut it from the final version of the film for fear that it would just toss Jennifer Lawrence into obscurity in my shadow, a decision which I am a little disappointed with, but do fully understand, because my performance in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 shook the very foundation of Hollywood. Now, why am I mentioning all of this? Well, when it comes to this level of acting expertise, there's a certain level of expectations that are thrust upon me. I am cursed by my success as an actor. And recently, with the new trailer of Free Guy coming out today, I have been inundated with questions saying, Charlie, why aren't you in Ryan Reynolds' new movie, Free Guy? Jacksepticeye's in it, as you know, Sean's in it. I'll play you a clip from his video today talking about it.
And for a long time, I know many of you thought the big Hollywood movie star on YouTube was Hunger Games sensation Moist Critical for his acclaimed role that he had in that movie. But I am here to take that crown. I'm snatching that trophy from his tiny man hands and holding it high above his head where he'll never be able to reach it. Why am I roasting Charlie so much? I absolutely love him.
Just to set the record straight, 5'6" is a perfectly acceptable height for a full-grown man, and regardless of how high Sean would hold the crown over my head, it's the fucking 21st century. We're not cavemen. We have the technology. I could get a step stool, climb up, and grab the crown right back. So regardless of altitude or our height difference, there's nowhere Sean could put that crown where I couldn't climb up and get it. Now, all that being said, the reason why I'm not in Free Guy is because I turned down the role. Yeah. I'm very particular when it comes to what projects I'll lend my acting expertise to, and when I was given the script for Free Guy, I honestly felt that it was just a bit beneath me. It was a little weak. I like to choose characters that I believe are very deep, well-rounded, three-dimensional, even four-dimensional characters that I can truly just assimilate into and just become one with, and form this incredible symbiotic relationship between my character and the real-world Charlie, and I blur the lines of reality and fiction. And when I received a copy of the script for this film, the role they wanted me in was Ryan Reynolds' sidekick. I was going to play the juxtaposition to Ryan Reynolds' character. Ryan Reynolds plays the free guy, I would play the not free guy. And it's nothing against Ryan. Ryan knows I love him. Ryan and I, we're like this. We're tight as fuck. I would suck the snake poison out of his asshole if I had to save his life, and I'd do it with a smile on my face and a semi-chub in my pants. But when it comes to acting, I am extremely picky with what projects I will tie my name to. And when I got this script, I just didn't feel like my acting expertise was being utilized to its utmost potential. I felt the character they wanted me in was a little bit weak and just a bit flat, but even still, I was absolutely flattered and open to it if the price was there. But unfortunately, they had already spent so much money on marketing and the production that they just weren't able to afford me. Now, negotiations between my team of agents and the Free Guys people, they raged on for months, but we just couldn't come to an agreement on an acceptable price for me to put my name on this project. And Ryan Reynolds called me up personally to try and talk me into it, because Ryan and I, we're like brothers, except much fucking closer. And Ryan was like, look, Charlie, you're the only one that can play this role. I honestly don't even know if the movie gets made without you being on there. And I was like, Ryan, look, buddy, I understand it's going to be a devastating hit if I'm not in this film, but look, I mean, the price, it's just not there. You genuinely just can't afford me. And as hard as that was for him to hear, and I could hear tears on the other end of that line, he came to accept it. And then we hopped in a Discord video chat and we both butt-chugged some aviation gin together. And just overall, it was a little sad to have to turn down this role, but they couldn't meet my price for what I would require for this role. Now, if the script was just a bit stronger, where my character would have been more fleshed out over the course of the film, and maybe if they even consulted me about what I'd like to see from the character, then yeah, absolutely I would have hopped on board for less than my typical rate, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So this is why I'm not in Free Guy. I hope this explains it all. And I do want to give a huge congratulations to Sean, because I'm sure he absolutely fucking crushed it in this movie. 100%, and I'm very happy for him. And you know what, Sean, for now, you can hold that crown as YouTuber Hollywood superstar sensation. I'm fine with that. When I land my role as a lead character in a next Marvel Cinematic Universe film, I'll take it back. But until then, you can absolutely hold on to it with those beautiful man hands of yours, and that's fine by me. That's it. See ya. Alright, let's just get this out of the way, rip the band-aid off so you can all point and laugh at me, spit at me, call me names, and give me wedgies. I'm not Percy Jackson. I didn't get the role. Disney Plus finally released their trailer for the upcoming Percy Jackson series, and just like Batman's parents, I'm not there. They made the inexplicably disgusting decision to not cast me as the lead role, even though I put forth probably one of the best auditions Hollywood had ever been graced with. I'm not going to pretend to understand why they chose to cast an actual child to play Percy Jackson. I understand that Percy Jackson in the books is like 12 years old, but it's called acting. Yes, I may be a 28-year-old man, but thanks to the miracle of technology, we can de-age me a bit. I can shave, trim up my hair. I already have the height of a child. I should have been able to fit the bill. And no disrespect to the actor playing Percy Jackson, all power to them. I think they've done a fantastic job, and I have no doubt the show is going to be a smashing success. But you can't help but wonder, what if they did cast me? We could have been looking at the next Citizen Kane. And that's all I'm saying. It's just a bit of missed potential here. And yes, I'm clearly a bit disappointed. This is the second time I've been snubbed. The first time being when my performance in The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 didn't net me an Oscar nomination. I'm just really getting the sneaking suspicion Hollywood's not ready for my level of talent, and that's okay. They'll catch up at some point as our species continues to evolve. But the thing that I want to talk about here isn't the fact that I didn't get the role. I actually knew I didn't as early as last year. I made a follow-up video to my audition letting you all know that I didn't get the role. But what did surprise me today, and what I feel is outright wrong and borderline illegal, is the fact that Disney used my public audition tape, which I proudly posted for the world to see what true acting looks like, and I thought it'd be kind of like a victory lap and a teachable moment for all up-and-coming aspiring actors to, use me as a role model for acting prowess. I posted this on YouTube. I submitted it to Disney through the official channels as well, so they clearly got it, and they clearly watched it because they used my exact lines in my audition for their official trailer. And, that's a load of dirty barnacles, I'll tell you what. I spent a long time choosing my monologue for that audition tape, and Disney just takes it and wipes their ass with it. I've had about enough. I've had it up to here, honestly, with all this tomfoolery in Hollywood, especially with Disney. Not only did they refuse me the role that I was meant to play, they also turned around and released cum hats. Actual Disney Bukkake helmet merch. Where does the madness stop, Disney? Have you no shame at all? And really, it's not just Disney. I'm tired of, the Hollywood elite not taking me seriously. They're just like, oh, let's fuck Charlie in the ass again. His butthole's loose enough to take it. Hardy har har. And I'm out here giving my all in these roles for these auditions, and I'm not getting any callbacks. But anyway, let me show you my audition compared to the official trailer because it's jarring. The Percy Jackson trailer came out. I know, man, it's so painful. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm not in it. It's so painful. It should have been me.
Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood.
Oh, I even read this line.
It's dangerous.
No fucking way.
It's scary. Most of the time, it gets you killed.
I read that. They stole this from my audition tapes. What? I did that line so much better. I should have been the star. The other day. Where do I start? I think it's right here. I didn't want to be a half-blood. If you suspect you might be a half-blood, then this book... Okay, they cut this part. Just go ahead and close it and believe whatever lies your mom and dad told you about your birth. It's easier that way. Where does it pick up? Being a half-blood is dangerous. It's scary. Sometimes it gets you killed. It gets you killed in painful, nasty ways. That is so much better than that, kid. Why didn't I get the role? Literal chills. Maybe it's because I didn't shower before the audition. I'm super greasy here.
If you think you might be one of us, my advice is turn away while you still can. Believe whatever lie your mom or dad told you about your birth.
They stole this from my audition. They plagiarized my audition and didn't even cast me. Yes, I understand it's supposed to be played by a 12-year-old. That's the beauty of acting. I shave, I trim my hair a bit, perhaps, and bang. I'm 12 years old. and maybe a little de-aging AI tech. That was my line. If you suspect you might be a half-blood, then this book isn't for you. Just go ahead and close it and believe whatever.
Listen to that emotion.
Dad told you about your birth.
Listen to this range.
That way. Being a half-blood is dangerous. It's scary. Most of the time it gets you killed in painful, nasty ways. Oh my god, the emphasis there is nuts. Oh, unlucky. Disney just wasn't ready. Okay. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. They stole my line reading from my audition tape. And I guarantee this kid's not going to be as good at action as I am. Watch me fight this Hydra.
Blast! It's great Poseidon's beard. It's the Hydra. Yeah. Yeah.
I do my own stunts.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
See, like, this is outrageous. This kid's not going to be able to do that. That was my role. I was born to play that role. Now that I've presented the irrefutable evidence, I believe we can all come to the conclusion that Disney owes me an apology. And I'll settle for nothing less than a minor role in a major blockbuster production. Yeah, so, you know, it's a little fucked up they do this. I chose that line from a list of Percy Jackson's most famous quotes, and I called dibs. And you can't break the bro code like that. I've never read Percy Jackson. I never even watched the Percy Jackson movies. I actually don't know shit about the character at all. It just happened to be an open casting call that sounded like fun, and I killed it. I crushed that audition. I don't care what anyone says. I became Percy Jackson for a brief moment during that audition. Charlie left this realm, and the spirit of Percy Jackson came into this vessel and delivered some of the most powerful, hard-hitting lines and sword-fighting choreography video cameras have ever captured. And it's shocking they didn't choose me. So yeah, if that doesn't prove that Disney's corrupt, then truly nothing will. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to address this since a lot of people have been bringing it up. You know, Charlie, did you know you're not Percy Jackson? Yes, I'm well aware. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. So yeah. Hello, Mr. Nickelodeon. My name's Charlie. I've seen you've done an open casting call for a new host of Blue's Clues Reloaded. I would like to throw my condom into that ring. I would like to be the new host. So, to prove to you my worth to fill Steve's great shoes, I will be doing the iconic Mail Time segment in my own style. Mail Time. Holy shit, it's a package. Look at this bad boy. I wonder what's inside. One piece of tape to seal it. Really wrapped up like Fort Knox here. Definitely an Amazon Prime certified delivery. I'll need something to open this one. Oh God, thank the Lord. It's my package opening katana, as any sane man would have to open his packages. So kids, get out your katana that you got from the flea market from a disheveled old man with 3 fingers that you bought for $10 and a nice smile, and let's open our package. First try. Oh, it's just what I wanted for Christmas from Santa. It's Weenie Linguini, the authentic penis-shaped pasta. Follow Chef Weenie Pasta's direction for the ultimate taste. Oh, and thank God, it's a fleshlight. Alright kids, well, thanks for tuning in. Signing out. I'm going for a smooth transition here through the fleshlight. I think you can see where I'm going with this, Mr. Nickelodeon. Well, please, my name's Charlie again. If you think I have what it takes to be the next Steve, don't be afraid to reach out. Thank you for your consideration. Movie prop auction is live, including props from The Mummy. Maybe that's the new Twitch meta. Bidding on movie props and auctions. Which auction? I want to see what mummy props there are. It's prop store auction. Okay, let's see. Alright, what do they got? What mummy items? They have the Back to Future hoverboards. My dad actually has that pink one. And the black one. The Pitbull, I think it was called. He found them on eBay back in like the early 2000s. Thanks for some Fluffy, Vol, Dill Pickle, and Macho. Here, I'll pull this up on stream. Let's see. I'm not gonna bid on anything, obviously, but let's see what they've got. You can get something from 8 Mile, which is it's just like a normal outfit. It's just like a little dirty. Okay, starting bid $2,000. Cool. They have a lot from Aliens here. My God. What? A starting bid of $3,000 for the American Psycho business card display? What? Why would you do that? That's way too much. It's a fucking business card display. This is not worth. Not at all. I just don't see why you would buy props that you'll never know where they're from without someone telling you. Like, these just look like toy guns. Well, they look like real guns, but you know they're props. So they just look like normal fake guns. You'd have no idea it's from Age of Ultron. See, like, this is cool. Wow. $30,000. When my dad bought this back in like the the early 2000s, I don't think he even paid $1,000, but it must have just been a knockoff, like a replica. This has to be a front. I just don't believe anyone's gonna pay this much for this shit. This has to be a front. Like this Shawshank Redemption Bible for a starting bid of $50,000. Like, come on, a first edition Harry Potter book? Oh, here we go. See, that's cool. It's not $15,000 cool, but it's cool. That's the book of the living. That is fucking awesome. Oh, and they even have the Hominoptera key. That's definitely not $10,000 cool, but it's still cool. I am not spending $15,000 on the goddamn book of the living from the Mummy. And I'd still need the key to open the book, which is another $10,000. You got me fucked up if you think I'm wasting money on that. They have any props from Moonfall? Alright, now we're talking. If they have Moonfall props, I'll consider it. Damn, they've all been bought already. Oh, yeah, shit, we were too late. People already snatched up all the Moonfall merch. Oh, we got one thing. Power Rangers Time Forced full-size yellow vector cycle. Wait, that is hype as fuck. Like, full-size, like, real vector cycle? As in, like, I can sit on it? It's built over a Suzuki RF900R. This yellow vector cycle features custom fiberglass body elements applied over the front and back axle and headlights. So this is like a real drivable vector cycle. That's pretty cool. I'd never actually drive this thing because I know I'd die on it. This would absolutely be what just sends me to my grave. But holy fuck, that's cool. Time Force was one of my favorite Power Rangers series. I've talked about that before. I love Time Force. That also seems like a pretty cheap deal, all things considered. This is somehow a fifth of what the goddamn Book of the Living from the Mummy is. Buy it for your dad. Yeah, I'm sure my dad would love the Power Rangers Time Force Yellow Vector Cycle. Though you did just give me an idea. My dad wants to get back into building muscle cars again. Maybe we should change that trajectory from muscle cars to stupid TV show vehicles. This right here costs almost as much as a real motorcycle from Power Rangers. Their pricing makes no sense to me. Or $1,500 for a pair of underwear. Like, how do I even know Bryan Cranston put his nuts in here? I can't even see, like, his ball outline or anything. This could just straight up be a lie. Even if I smelled it, I wouldn't know. I'm not going to know his stench. It just have to come with, like, a certificate of authenticity, like, signed from Bryan Cranston. Like, yep, I stained these bad boys on the set of Breaking Bad. Actually, how do they verify? I'm super curious. Let's see. It doesn't even say. How do I... Oh, here. Item comes with a prop store certificate of authenticity. Okay. I'll think about it. This is a cool auction. Now, when they do these auctions, do they do like a live stream of it? I actually might want to tune in to see which fucking maniac is buying the Walter White underwear. Or spending $200,000 for the action figure. A Funko Pop auction. What kind of pops we got? Oh my god. Huge. They had a Terminator Dark Fate auction. What the fuck were they selling here? Just some boring ass costumes. Some of these sound kind of hype. Oh, Zoolander 2 auction? Oh my god, that's so sad. Oh, yuck. Winning bid in A. I am imagining nobody bought anything. Notice how there is not a single sold ticket here. God damn. I never even saw the sequel. It just looked so bad. I loved Zoolander growing up. I've watched that movie like 50 fucking times. But the trailer for Zoolander 2 looked miserable. But why? Why? Who would just buy 2 drinking glasses and say it's from Annihilation? Like, I wouldn't believe you if you told me. If I went to like a big movie buff's house and he's like, these 2 drinking glasses are from Annihilation, that one scene where Lena and Kate are drinking from them for 5 seconds. Yep, I've got them. I just wouldn't believe him. I think he's making it up. The glasses sold for $12.50. Oh, you logged in to see? Nice. Thanks for the update. I mean, I guess it's not even a bad deal for 2 high-quality shot glasses. $12.50 for 2 of these bad boys and a certificate of authenticity. So you get a little trivia while you're ripping shots. That's not terrible. I actually might tune into the live stream for this one. November 3rd. I just want to see what maniac buys some of this absolute overpriced garbage here at the top. Because some of these are just absolute dog shit. Like buying these gloves. The Darth Vader gloves. Screen matched. Which leads me to believe that it's probably not even real, like actually used in the movie. It's all anonymous. Well, I would think so. Well, actually, that's not exactly what I expected. By anonymous, I don't know what I was picturing. I was expecting like classic auction where you hold up your number. Do I hear 75? Okay, arrest that man. He needs help. The rubber mold of Danny DeVito's head from Batman Returns is auctioning for nearly $2,000. See, now that sounds worth about $2,000. Holy shit, they have something from Gemini Man. Why? Good heavens, why? Oh my, you couldn't give that away. What a stinker of a movie. Set it from price high to low. Oh, that's an interesting idea. $26,000 for the Star Trek motion picture. Oh, model. It's a model. And then a full-sized light-up medical pod from Prometheus? Wait, that's pretty cool, though. Movie a little dog ass, but that is a cool prop. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. Not as cool as the... If I was going to buy anything from this auction, I would absolutely get the actual Power Rangers Time Force Yellow Ranger Vector Cycle, because it's a real motorcycle. Like, I would get that. Not this. And the Vector Cycle is also $3,000, not $15,000. Buy it and sleep in it for a week. Absolutely not. Oh my god. That sounds miserable. I don't believe in the paranormal, but I would legitimately feel haunted. Like, I feel like I just got cursed. Oh my god, another one. The Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue full-size Strata Cycle. I already know this doesn't work, though. The Vector Cycle, I feel, has a chance. I can eyeball that and tell you that doesn't run. The Fallout 3 2008 T-45 promotional power armor statue, huh? Actually cool as shit. That one goes hard. I love Fallout 3 too. That one's nice. They've got some good shit on here, especially compared to the actual auction. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 full-sized burnt electro body. This would be such a fucking amazing Halloween decoration. Just have like a corpse laying around. Like, it's actually Electro from Amazing Spider-Man. It's Jamie Foxx. Yeah, he's dead. A Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue Shockatron monster costume. That's... Man, why does Power Rangers have like the best items on here? So you can actually get like... Hold on, I want to see him in the show. You can actually just get one of the monsters. Shockatron! You're right! That could be me! I just need to spend $2,500 on the costume! Shockatron! Let's go! What a deal! Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1! Frame District 13 belt, let's go! If it was District 8, I would unironically buy it. Well, yeah, I wasn't District 13, I was District 8. Damn, imagine though. Well, hey there. Many of you may be able to tell something's a little different here. I'm a bit greasier than usual, and I'm not at my standard setup. Perfectly reasonable explanation for that. I haven't been kidnapped or anything. We're on a little adventure, and we're staying the night in Atlanta. There's a good reason why we chose this location to spend an evening, and that's because I thought it would be fun if we embarked on a bit of a side quest to visit one of the most important locations in my life. A location that means more to me than the hospital that I was born in. The literal place that I came into this world is second to this location that we paid a visit to today. And that was the set of the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, where I really came into my own as the District 8 hospital helper. I haven't seen it in 10 years now, and I really wanted to experience it again. So, I convinced my friends to plot a course for it. I had to look up exactly where we filmed it because at the time it was a secret filming location for obvious reasons. So I had to dig through old articles and old forums posts from other people that worked on it. And I finally got an answer for where it was filmed. And, well, let's just say it felt good to be back. So let me go ahead and share all of this with you.
Going.
Hey, so we're going back to where it all began for me. A rebirth more sacred than a baptism. The set of the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, District 8, Hospital Helper, my old stomping grounds. I got Danny and Matt here on the journey.
Hey. Hey.
I don't know if they can hear me, but you can feel my excitement.
Yeah, no, you can just, it emanates from you, and the excitement of being on the road and not in the skies.
Like our forefathers used to do, the pioneers.
Yep, used to ride these bad boys for miles.
We're on a pilgrimage. Yep.
Woo!
The Piggly Wiggly! Wait, last time we were here for Hunger Games, we went to that Piggly Wiggly. I didn't believe it was a real thing.
Oh my god.
I'd only heard about it from Drake and Josh.
That's
at that
just
point.
the supermarket.
It's
right?
just a supermarket, yeah. But I came with my dad and I saw the Piggly Wiggly and I was like, can we check it out? And he's like, sure. It was highly underwhelming, but was still kind of cool.
Now it's all flooding back.
Now we're actually back.
I think this is it. I think we're coming up to it. Wait, yeah, that's got to be it right there. Is that it in the distance?
Yep, that's one side of it. I think that might be a side of it.
And then the other side's up straight.
Yeah. What if they're filming here again?
For the next Hunger Games?
Yeah.
You walk in, they're recreating the scene and
God.
oh, you did it.
Whoa. The air just smells fresher here, honestly. I mean, it's a beautiful day to be back.
So all your stuff was indoors, right? None of it was out here?
No, there was some outdoors.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. A lot of memories here, Danny. A lot of very profound stuff. Let's take a walk. Oh, there's someone looking at us.
Is it how you remember it?
Mostly. So we filmed the inside District 8 stuff over there. I don't want to go over there because
there's someone there.
There's someone there. At least I think. There was a water tower somewhere and I don't
This is how we get arrested.
I feel like they took down the water tower. Oh, wait, no, it's over there.
There was one on the property.
Now I'm having...
Can we do a little recreation? Can you go over by the building and do your line or your whatever you did?
The sign may say 10-mile-per-hour speed limit, but you can't put a speed limit on the thoughts racing through my head. Upon being back, I was flooded with some cherished memories. It felt amazing. I finally got to witness her in all of her glory once again. This was an old textile mill. I don't know if it's still operational. I don't think it is. But man, it looks just how I remembered it. Yeah. Well,
get the memory juices flowing.
Well, I was knelt on the ground because we had just been attacked. And Katniss Everdeen comes in and she's like, "Where's Charlie?" And I said, "I'm right here, Jennifer." And I cut it.
So it was inside.
Yeah, that scene was inside, but we had one scene outside, but I don't think it was filmed here. I don't remember where that was. It was either here or over there, because that's like the only two options.
I mean, yeah, it's just one
But
big building.
It was pretty cool because it was really cold, and they needed it to be rainy. It's the scene like in the very beginning of the movie where they like execute a guy, and there was mainly old people that were there with me and a couple of young people, but they pumped rain in with like the hose and like holes in the PVC pipe. And it was so cold that it was raining on these old people and they were getting hypothermia.
Oh.
So they had to rush them inside for emergency heaters.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
You just let out some industry secrets. They're gonna come after
God
you.
rest their souls if they didn't
Just
make it.
put a big beep over that whole part. And it was so cold.
God, we really need to put like a monument, like District 8 Hospital Helper was filmed here.
We have a camera in your hands here, just for a little picture with me.
Yeah, here. Well, let me get the big like Thomaston Mills. There we go.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's adorable.
If we were any other kind of YouTuber, we would be trying to get those doors up and inside.
You don't want to go. So I can't imagine this is a functional facility anymore.
It might be. It's not like, I mean, it's run down, but like.
But no, like when
Just
you
a mill.
when you
Stuff around the door.
Yeah.
like the inside looked like it looked like District 8 like after it got hit by bombs. Like it was destroyed.
So how many years ago was that now?
10.
10 years.
Yeah, it was 2013.
Wow. Yeah, the NDA is long gone by this point.
Oh no, yeah. The statute of limitations. We're safe.
Did you want to touch the building?
You want to
No.
say something to her? It's probably, that might be the last time you see her.
Ever.
Yeah, they might tear her down after this.
I'm just not coming back.
The state's gonna see it and be like, wait, why is that building still
It
standing?
was supposed to go down right after that shoot.
No, I don't really want to say goodbye to her. They cut my line. My line was I don't remember it verbatim anymore, but it was something like, when you're finished with her, she needs your help or something, because I was like taking care of an injured person.
Gotcha.
And there was some 15-year-old dweeb behind me who actually got his lines in the movie. Katniss comes in, and she's like looking around like stunned, and this kid's like, "Are you here to fight with us? You gonna fight with us?" And she's like, "I am, and I will." And then he kisses his fingers and does this, and he did that right behind me. I was like, "You fucking nerd, you didn't earn that. That should have been me."
Did that kid know somebody? Because
I don't know.
there is like, saying words is a defining thing in the movie industry. As soon as you are heard on camera, that's when you get like paid. You get a pay bump. You get like, you're in the
I
cast
think you need
list.
3 lines for SAG.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he must have been like a family friend or something. I wanted so badly just to steal those fucking lines from him, because I was like fighting my way into like every shot they were doing.
I'm sure they loved that.
No, yeah,
I wonder if that's maybe why they cut your line.
It's probably why. I legitimately think I had a huge impact on how that scene played out, because there was other people's lines that didn't make it either, and I feel like it's because I ruined it. They told me at one point not to do that.
They were cutting. They were in the editing bay, and the director comes in. He was like, "Fuck, this scene is good." With like Charlie's lines, and the guy's like, "No, he was being an ass. Like we can't use that. We can't use that."
Yeah, he was sobbing like, "Oh my god, the emotion from this guy."
Yeah. Did you want to? Anything else you need to say? Did you want a little?
No, we can just kind of close the book on this chapter.
It's the last you'll ever see of this puppy.
Yeah. Only exist in distant memories now.
Fuck you, Hunger Games.
Well, actually, fuck them, because they didn't bring me back. Yeah. It's a prequel. I could have been there.
Exactly. They still have a chance. We haven't released this footage yet.
Yeah, we'll hold them hostage. Oh yeah, we need a cinematic shot. Real quick, I just want to clarify, there are no hard feelings between me and the kid who actually did have his lines make the final cut of the film. There's no bad blood there, I'm just goofing around is all. Yeah, I would never insult a fellow co-star of the Hunger Games franchise, except of course unless I'm talking about the directors, because they're frauds and cowards because they didn't bring me back for the new one. That's it. See ya. About 2 weeks ago, I was taking a late night pee-pee and something hit me, something extraordinary. A eureka moment, not too dissimilar from when Benjamin Franklin discovered electricity with a kite and a lightning bolt. At least that's what Jimmy Neutron tells us happened. But it was in the same vein as that discovery. I was peeing and something hit my ears. I noticed a similarity between the sound of my pee-pee, the acoustics of my piss hitting the water, and the sound effects in Scooby-Doo. all of it, I haven't seen the original Scooby-Doo since I was a kid, but all of a sudden, the wires connected in my brain, and I'm like, wait a minute, is this how they made the Scooby-Doo sound effects? So then I began to investigate. I began to dig deeper, and I could find no information on how the effects were made. Thus, my imagination continued to run wild. Well, maybe the producer just pissed into a bowl and recorded it with a bad ham radio microphone or something. And then I was like, well, can I do that? Do I have the technical know-how to record myself pissing into a bowl? So I did. Well, the toilet bowl. I didn't just like piss into Tupperware or anything. I'm not a fucking caveman. But I did that. And look at the results. The results speak for themselves. I think I have discovered the very disturbing truth behind the Scooby-Doo running sound effect. Check this shit out. So I'll start by playing a normal clip of Scooby-Doo where you can hear the running sound effect I'm talking about. I'll play it twice, once normal volume, and then I'll raise it the second time around just so you get like a really clear description, audio description of what the sound effect sounds like. Now you've heard the authentic sound effect with no editing done to it whatsoever. That's how it aired on the show. This is canon. This is part of the established lore of Scooby-Doo. That is the running sound effect. Now, let's hear a little excerpt from when I took a piss a couple minutes ago. This is only a short little segment from my long pee-pee session, but this should be enough to give you a taste. So now that may not sound exactly the same as the sound effect on the surface, but I doubt they would just take straight urine hitting water and put it as the running sound effect. I'm sure they did a little audio engineering. I'm no audio engineer. In fact, I suck some fat asshole in that department, but I gave it my best attempt, and I think I got kind of close. So this is my pee put to the scene and also edited a little bit to sound a bit closer to how the editors probably did it back in the 90s. You probably couldn't tell a difference, right? I swear to God, that is my piss, not the actual running sound effect. Look at this, the similarities are uncanny. I would like the producers to come out and admit that the sound effect they used in Scooby-Doo running was them peeing. That's what I would like them to admit, because I have just blown the lid wide off this, right the fuck off, blown it wide open. I wouldn't be surprised if Scooby-Doo assassins came in right now to take me away. But god damn it, the truth needed to come out, and I cracked the fucking code. That's it. So yeah. I am so thrilled to see Brendan Fraser having such a pop-off right now. He had a 6-minute standing ovation yesterday for his role in The Whale, which is an upcoming movie. And his response to it is just the cutest thing ever. I've already seen this video 3 times. It's like watching puppies, but cuter. He is, bar none, my favorite actor, and has been since I was a kid. No one deserves it more than him. Though I will say 6-minute standing ovation, that probably got really uncomfortable after like minute 1. I love that little kick. It feels like that anime that became a meme where it's just like a guy in the ocean and like a million people clapping for him. But in the real world. So I'm really excited to see The Whale. This is by far his biggest role since coming back. And I have no doubt I'm going to enjoy it because it's Brendan Fraser. He has always been the best part of the movies that he's in. In fact, when I saw this yesterday, I went and dug out my Mummy's Collector's set. I've had this since I was a kid. Well, I guess not really. I had the old VHS tapes, but I got this when I was probably in middle school. It has The Mummy Returns, and The Scorpion King on it. Because my favorite movie is The Mummy, and my second favorite movie is The Mummy Returns. Oh, it's so good. In fact, I don't even have the original Mummy disc in here because it's still in my old DVD player. It's become like a sarcophagus for it. I watched it so many times. Those movies are just genuinely timeless. He just seems like such a wholesome guy. He killed the 90s, man. Every great movie had Brendan Fraser in it. It's not just The Mummy. He had Blast from the Past, Bedazzled, George of the Jungle, Encino Man. He was just the go-to for good old-fashioned fucking fun. And he went through hell for it. He almost died on the set of The Mummy because there's a scene where he gets hung. Hey, it's Charlie post-stream here. I don't think I did it justice when I explained how he almost died on the set of The Mummy during stream. So I decided to dust off the old Brendan Fraser Bible and get reacclimated to the lore. So what happened is, in the Mummy scene where he's hanging, it was a legitimate stunt, and Brendan Fraser, while performing the stunt, got onto his tippy toes and they like took the tension up, which led to him getting choked and he blacked out. And according to eyewitnesses, he had actually stopped breathing and needed CPR in order to be like resuscitated. So he came pretty close to just straight up dying during that hanging scene. Yeah, here's him talking about how he had to get a laminectomy, which is something that sounds like a fucking procedure in sci-fi movies. And so he took a pretty long break, but he's now coming back to it. In a big way, too. He was on Doom Patrol. And I know he did great on Doom Patrol. I didn't watch it, though, just because I'm not a real big DC TV show fan. But now he's in The Whale. He was in a Scorsese movie, but I think that actually got canceled. He was in Batgirl, which unfortunately Warner Bros. Pulled. They just threw $90 million right into the shitter and canceled it right when it was done, basically. But he was Firefly in that movie. So he's coming back now. And the newest one is The Whale, which he just received that 6-minute standing ovation for. But he's so sweet too, man. Like, the interviews he's done over the last year or so have just been so great. I'll probably come up with this. He did one with like a TikTok star, and that's when he learned that people on the internet like him, and he started tearing up about it, that he had support from random internet people. It's so sweet.
In the words of another act, when he
Where is it?
Bob De Niro.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, I saw. Congratulations. That's so
Thank you.
exciting.
I think I might be sick. A little anxious.
Oh no.
I mean, it's going to be fun.
You got this. You've got this.
Got it.
Just know that the internet is so behind you. We're so supportive. There are so many people out there who love you, and we're rooting for you, and we can't wait to see what you do next.
That a boy.
Shucks, ma'am.
He's just so sweet. He's like just a giant fucking teddy bear. I love that guy. Yeah, he just seems like such a sweetheart. The movie he talked to animals was Dudley Do Right. We don't talk about that. That we pretend that one didn't happen. I almost got to meet Brendan Fraser. He was in New York doing something, and we actually got invited out to like spend a day with Brendan Fraser. Kind of like something you would win at like an old Scholastic book fair if you got the golden ticket. And we were like, bet, we're in. We'll drive to New York tonight. And then as we were making our plans to like actually go out there and take them up on that, Brendan had something come up. Or he decided he didn't want fucking 4 lunatics who were willing to drop everything to come up to New York, 18-hour drive, just to spend a few hours with him. Either one could have been true, honestly. But I have no doubt it would have been a great day. His character in The Whale is named Charlie. I know, I saw that. That's so poetic, honestly. That's so cute. I'm his biggest fan, and now his biggest modern role has my name on it. You couldn't draw that up any better. That's like a fucking prophecy. Doom Patrol is the only thing from Brendan Fraser I haven't seen, though. I have seen every single one of his movies. Doom Patrol is a show. And it's the only thing from Brendan that I haven't actually seen. Oh, I love Encino Man. I still think about Encino Man from time to time. Fucking Pauly Shore saying wheezing the juice, and then Brendan Fraser saying wheezing the juice for some reason pops into my head sometimes when I'm like eating ice cream. For no fucking reason. Like, I've seen all of his movies so many times. What do you think of the movie Airheads? I actually think that movie's amazing. What a crazy cast. Fucking Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler, Brendan Fraser, and they bust into a radio studio for them to play their music because they're just a terribly shit band and the only way to do it was to hold them hostage. That's a great movie. His Twitter is wholesome as hell. I actually didn't know he had a Twitter. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's not him on Twitter. Just a hunch. It seems like he's just now getting into like social media and like interviews and stuff, I don't think he would have taken the plunge into the fucking cesspool of Twitter yet. That's probably like a PR team. But he was playing the Nintendo Switch not long ago, so who knows? Just another beautifully wholesome Brendan Fraser clip, honestly. I think this was before another Zoom interview. But it's super cute because he has his name on the back of his Switch here. It's hard to see on the video right now, but he just has like the old style like label with Fraser on it. It's so good. What's he playing? Probably Splatoon. Fucking clapping cheeks in Splatoon. Or maybe Pokemon Unite. This was 2021. He might have been swiping his credit card just like I was, just to absolutely clap. Just fucking ruin kids' days on that game. A Brendan Fraser movie tier list? I did one already. Well, kind of. It wasn't like a full tier list. I did a breakdown of all of Brendan Fraser's best roles.